Morning children, Sairam. Children, I am starting with the chapter redox reactions today. It is chapter 8 and is present in second part of your NCERT book. Now children, redox, the word redox, it is a combination of two different words, red, red, ox, ox. Actually the full form of red is reduction and ox is oxidation. You all have learned about the two terms reduction and oxidation in 11th standard. Sorry, not in 11th standard, actually in 10th standard you have learned about oxidation and reduction. This year we will be studying all those chemical reactions in which the reduction as well as oxidation takes place. Children, one thing you have to remember that in 10th standard you have learned that addition of oxygen like C plus O2 gives CO2. Here addition of oxygen takes place on carbon and we say that carbon is being oxidized to carbon dioxide. This is oxidation, but you have to remember whenever oxidation takes place, at the same time reduction also takes place. Here carbon is getting oxidized but oxygen is getting reduced. Now how, that you will be learning in this chapter. Now originally it was only described that oxidation means addition of oxygen. We say when addition of oxygen takes place it is oxidation, and when addition of hydrogen takes place then it is reduction. But you have to remember that as oxygen is an electronegative species, similarly other species which are electronegative like S2 negative, addition of any such species which is electronegative like oxygen and is added, then we call it is oxidation. And reduction means whenever the hydrogen or any other electropositive species like hydrogen is having the charge H positive, similarly your sodium is having the charge Na positive. So addition of either hydrogen or sodium or any other electropositive species will also be called reduction. Now see, some examples of oxidation reactions and are there for you. As in this case, methane is getting oxidized to convert to carbon dioxide and water. Here what will we say? That CH4, removal of hydrogen has taken place and addition of oxygen has taken place. So we will say CH4 is being oxidized to CO2 and CH4 is being reduced to H2O. Now similarly here H2S, oxygen is added, converted to S. H2O is reduced to sulfur and H2S is oxidized to H2O. Now children, oxidation is either addition of oxygen or any other electronegative species to a substance, or in the same manner it is removal of hydrogen also. When hydrogen is removed then also we say it is oxidation, or like hydrogen other electropositive species also are removed, then we say it is getting oxidized. Now similarly removal of oxygen or any other electronegative species is also called your reduction, and addition of hydrogen or any other electropositive species is again reduction. Now children, this all you have learned in standard 10th. Now we will be discussing some of the chemical reactions which are showing you the oxidation and reduction. Now here you all know that sodium and chlorine combine to give sodium chloride. Sodium, as you all know, is an electropositive species like hydrogen, and chlorine is an electronegative species like oxygen. So when sodium is converted to NaCl, then electronegative species like oxygen is added. So addition of oxygen is oxidation. You will say sodium is being oxidized to sodium chloride. and chlorine when converted to NaCl will say Na positive, like H positive, Na positive is being added. So we will say that Cl2 is being reduced to NaCl. Now children, this year you all have to learn the oxidation and reduction in terms of electron transfer also. Till now you have learned in terms of oxygen and hydrogen. Now you learn in terms of electron transfer. Now see how it has taken place. You all know that Na when combines with Cl2, it gives NaCl. In this reaction, Na gives 2 electron and Cl2, 2 Na gives 2 electron and Cl2 takes 2 electron. Sodium is giving electron. Giving of electron is oxidation and taking of electron is reduction. So you have to remember this. Giving of oxygen is oxidation. Giving of electron is oxidation. Taking of electron is reduction. So now you have learned a new thing, that is oxidation and reduction in terms of electron. Till now you were saying when oxygen is added, we say oxidation. But now you will say not only oxygen, adding of oxygen is oxidation, but removal of electron, giving of electron is also oxidation. Similarly, addition of hydrogen was considered to be reduction, but now addition of electron also is considered as reduction. So you have learned this now. Now we'll be learning next about the electron transfer reactions. Some of the common electron transfer reactions. See, suppose we have a container and in that container we have this blue color of copper sulfate solution. This is CuSO4. Now that means CuSO4 breaks down in aqueous solution to give Cu2 positive and SO4 2 negative. Now this is Cu2 positive and in that we immense a zinc rod, that means it is Zn. Now when Zn reacts with Cu2 positive, then Zn will release the electron. Zn will release 2 electron and will convert to Zn2 positive. And the copper present in the form of Cu2 positive in the solution will gain 2 electron and will convert into Cu. Now in this reaction, we'll say that zinc releases 2 electron and gets oxidized to Zn2 positive, and copper gains 2 electrons and gets reduced to Cu. Now children, there must be a question arising in your mind that why zinc is getting oxidized, why copper is getting reduced. Can't it be possible that copper get oxidized and zinc get reduced? Now the answer for this question will be given to you later on. Okay, you remember this question. Similarly, another electron transfer reaction is like when cobalt and nickel react. Cobalt get oxidized, nickel get reduced. Now children, the question that I have told you, that why was zinc getting oxidized and why copper was getting reduced, the answer for that question comes to you from the electrochemical series. Electrochemical series, what it is and how it gives the answer, that will be told to you later in the chapter, the next part of the chapter. Before that, we'll start with the oxidation number. Now children, from here the chapter actually starts, and from here it is very important. Now what is oxidation number? Oxidation number denoted by On. See children, oxidation number is the charge that comes on an atom when all the atoms bonded to it are removed from it. Oxidation number denotes the oxidation state of the element in the compound, ascertained according to the set of rules determined on the basis of electron pair in the covalent bond belonging entirely to the more reactive electronegative elements. Just now you have to remember that oxidation number is the charge that comes on an atom when all the bonds which are formed by an atom are removed. Like for example, the charge that comes on hydrogen generally is H positive. We'll say the oxidation number of hydrogen is +1. Similarly, the charge that generally comes on sodium is 1 positive. So, we'll say the oxidation number of sodium is +1. Similarly, oxidation number of oxygen is 2 negative. Similarly, the oxidation number of water, there is no charge on water, so is 0. For hydrogen, it is +1. For oxygen, it is -2. And 2 hydrogens are there, so it becomes +2, -2. They cancel each other. As a whole, it becomes 0. Now children, as you all can see, the element hydrogen, it is shown that the oxidation number of hydrogen here is 0. Why it is 0? I have just now told you that it is +1. Yes, it is +1 only in case one hydrogen atom is present alone. Here 2 hydrogen atoms are present in the molecular form, and it is the elementary state of the metal, elementary state of the element, so it will be 0. Oxygen also is present in its elementary state. Elementary state means the most stable state in which it exists in nature. So hydrogen also 0, oxygen also will be 0. Methane as a whole it is 0, but carbon is having the charge -4, hydrogen is having +1. 4 hydrogens are there, so it will be +4, -4. As a whole, CH4 is 0. Now children, how will you determine what will be the oxidation state of any element in any compound? For that, certain rules are there, and I'll read you, I'll explain you also. See, the first one is, in elements in the free state or uncombined state, each atom bears an oxidation number of 0. That means when the element is present in its elementary state, then its oxidation number will be 0. Like for example, the elementary state for hydrogen is H2, for oxygen it is O2, chlorine is Cl2, ozone, oxygen also exists in the form of O3, so it will also be 0. Phosphorus is P4, sulfur is S8, Na is Na, Mg is Mg. So these are the elementary states of the elements. In these states, the oxidation number of these elements will be 0. Now the second point is related to the ions. For the ions which are composed of only one atom, the oxidation number is equal to the charge on the atom. Thus, your sodium ion has an oxidation number of +1, magnesium +2, iron +3. That means whenever a metal is present in its ionic form like sodium, magnesium, iron, then whatever the charge is there on the atom, that will be its oxidation number. Now third one is the oxidation number of oxygen in most of the compound is -2. However, we come across 2 types of exceptions here, that is in case of peroxides and superoxides. Now children, what are peroxides and what are superoxides? See, the compound of oxygen in which oxygen is directly linked to each other, those are called peroxides, like hydrogen peroxide, sodium peroxides. Each atom is assigned an oxidation number of -1. So, in peroxides, the oxidation state of oxygen is -1. And in superoxides like KO2, RbO2, each oxygen is assigned an oxidation number of -1/2. So, superoxides will be oxygen raised to the power minus half. So these are the two exceptions in case of oxygen. That is, in case of peroxides, the oxidation state of oxygen will be -1, and in case of superoxides, it will be minus half. Now, the second exception, which rarely appears, and it generally appears when oxygen is combined with fluorine. You all know fluorine is the most electronegative element of the whole periodic table. As oxygen is also electronegative, fluorine is also electronegative, but when a bond is formed between oxygen and fluorine, then fluorine being more electronegative will show minus oxidation state, and oxygen being less electronegative will show plus oxidation state. So, in such compounds, oxygen can show the oxidation number of +1 and +2. For OF2, it will be +1, and O2F2, it will be +2. Sorry, it will be, here it will be +2, here it will be +1. So, this is the case of oxygen. Generally, the oxidation state of oxygen is -2. In case of peroxides, it will be -1. In case of superoxides, it will be -half. In case of fluorides, it can be +1 or +2. So, these are the variable oxidation states which are shown by oxygen atom. Next is oxidation number of hydrogen. The oxidation number of hydrogen, as I have already told you, is +1. But when hydrogen forms a bond with sodium, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, that means the elements which are present in the first group of the periodic table. In that case, oxygen will show the oxidation state of hydrogen will show the oxidation state of -1. Why? Because these elements are more electropositive and will show the positive oxidation state. So, hydrogen will have to show the negative oxidation state. Next is, in all its compound, fluorine is having oxidation state of -1 only. Other halogens, they can have oxidation state of -1, but when they combine with fluorine, they will have to show the positive oxidation state. Next is, the sum of all the oxidation states of all the atoms in a given molecule is always equal to 0. That means the algebraic sum of oxidation number of all the atoms in a compound must be 0. So, this was all about the oxidation numbers. You all are requested to find out the oxidation number of different elements in various compounds, like in these compounds. So, this is your homework, and we'll wind up for today. In the next presentation, we'll start with the reduction and oxidation, reducing agent and oxidizing agent in terms of oxidation number. Thank you and Sai Ram.